Is there anything better than getting money that you didn't really thought that you would expect, or having money just fall in your lap? Well, I'm happy to say, and I'm very fulfilled in my current position where I help uncover businesses like revenue hiding in plain sight. And I want to take you behind the scenes today in something that I do try to do every single week, which is kind of send off um, ideas to companies, coaches, basically any type of marketing that I see across the internet that kind of fit my criteria. I go through their marketing and I take a look at like, okay, what are those opportunities for them to just make a few changes, not a ton of work, not that they have to build out a completely new funnel, but what are those little subtle changes that they can make in their online marketing that can unlock, six figures or more in revenue over the next 12 months. And today, I just want to share you one that I sent off this morning to a company called Elemental Labs. So they make these little electrolyte mix packets. And it's been a great, like I've been a customer of theirs for the last 2 months or so. It's been a huge, like just taking their packets twice a day. You just add them to water. It's been great because I started the keto diet earlier this year, which causes a lot of dehydration, like not enough sodium. So this, these little packets just make a huge difference in the amount of energy that I feel. But also just, also from a hydration perspective, don't go to bed every day just like feeling like I just ran through the Sahara Desert. So just a lot of great, things have come through just by, including these packets in my life on a daily basis. So I wanted to kind of return the favor as a direct response copywriter, as a direct response marketer, and kind of going through their marketing and just being a customer of theirs over the last 2 months. I've just noticed a few things that, okay, like if you did just these subtle changes, it's not going to take a huge amount of work. You can uncover, certainly, as you'll see, at least six figures over the next 12 months to get this happening. So there was 10 different ideas that I sent them this morning. I haven't gotten a response back, but that's perfectly fine. But I think in just kind of sharing some of these ideas, you'll get hopefully some ideas for your own business. But just notice the things that are working well, the things that aren't working well. And for different businesses, depending on what they're doing and what they're not doing, there's different aspects. So these 10 ideas might not be broadly applicable to your business or the company that you work for, but I think it'll give you a good idea of like me sitting here as a direct response copywriter, what are those like really easy levers that you can pull, again, starting tomorrow to start get some more revenue in the door. And I'm also taking it from the perspective of a customer as well. So like I'll talk through how I think about it as a customer. Like I appreciate, like this is one of those companies that I'm a raving fan of. So if anything, I look forward to giving them more money because I'm enjoying all the benefits from their product. That they're one of those that has put out a marketing product and put out a marketing promise that they've delivered on. So I'm happy to support them, and we'll continue to support them every single month with those monthly subscription boxes. And again, twice a day, I'm taking their mix sticks. So they're kind of ingrained in my daily life. Regardless. So let's kind of jump in. I'm going to go through kind of point by point, give you a little bit of context on how I was thinking about that. And before I jump in, if this is the first time joining one of my lives, I'm Brian Czekanski. I'm a direct response marketer. I'm a direct response copywriter. And again, my expertise is really working with companies and coaches online to really uncover, these streams of income that they didn't even know existed. Again, some of them might take a little bit more work, but most of the time it's just a little bit of tweaks, different ways that they're really communicating with their audience, maybe changing around the language that they're speaking to their audience that really result in dramatic changes. So again, I'm really looking for those little small changes that we can make to your online marketing to deliver six figures or multiple six figures over the next 12 months and get a really healthy return on investment as we go along. So I'm just going to share a couple slides and I'll go through them and I'll give context along the way as well. So let me just share my slides. A second. All right. It's not quite working with this window, so let me just try something else. Okay, so that worked. So I'll just go through a couple of these slides right here, and along the way, I'll give you a little bit more context. So, number one thing is just, and this is really comes through again, this is specific to this company, but one of the things that I noticed is once I did the orders and everything else, is I'll just go to my search results here to just give you an example. Like this is the entire email history of, I've been a customer of theirs for the last 2 months. This is the entire email history that I've gotten from them. And you can see I've gotten 16 total emails from them. And you can see on the days, on those days that I ordered, I got multiple emails there. So if you effectively look at it on specific days, I probably got emails from them for 12 or less days out of these 60 days that I've been a customer of theirs. So one of the things that just kind of stood out, and one of the things that I told them is that you're not emailing enough. You're not reaching out. Like, I'm a raving customer of your business. I want to hear from you. And again, like in the times that they did email me, it was kind of an order summary or asking for a review. They did have like a welcome sequence, a welcome email here. So that's great. But like, I want to hear from you. Like one of the complaints that I guess not complaints, but one of the things I kind of said to them is, I made a one-time order, so they gave me a box of 30 different sticks that you have, and I actually ran out. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I ran out of supply, and I had to reorder. But there was 3 or 4 days where getting the order to me and kind of shipping it out where I was without their product, and I noticed that I noticed the difference because I didn't have the mixes. My energy was lower. I wasn't feeling as good. That kind of thing. So like, just as simple as like anytime somebody makes a one-time order with you and the supplies are eventually going to run out, just a simple email, maybe 20 or 25 days after I made that initial order, just saying like, okay, like, hey, just a reminder, you bought this product. Thanks again for doing that. At this point, your supplies are pretty low. So I just want to give you a heads up that it's probably a great time to reorder. And again, that's just a super simple email. Could be a couple different lines, just saying like, check in, like, hey, like, I hope you're enjoying this product, and getting great results from it. If you are, you probably want to reorder, and this is a great time to do it, and kind of just bring that to people's attention and making it more likely that they are gonna, either join the subscription or do a one-time order for that. So just super simple in that, just that one email can make a big difference between people running out of supply and not making a reorder, or for me, kind of having that gap in the process where I wasn't using their product and kind of got the detrimental effects to that. So just a simple thing like an email order reminder, when the supplies are typically going to run out, makes a big difference. And kind of related to that is having a welcome email sequence. So again, like these little sticks, I take twice a day. So they are part of my daily habits. Like it wasn't something that, in those first few days, they are selling something that people have to use on a regular basis to achieve the benefits. So it would make sense to, especially in the first 7 to 10 days, be sending people emails every single day. At the very least, regardless of what those emails say, getting an email from this company is going to be a reminder to my brain, like, okay, like, I bought this product. I need to be instituting it as part of my daily habits. That's just an easy daily reminder. Like, okay, let me actually put these mixes in my drink and get the benefits and actually use the product. And that's kind of the challenge for a lot of companies, especially that, ones like this where you have to use it multiple times a day, is being able to change people's habits and be able to do it consistently. Like, most people are distracted, and some other people are just lazy, and some people are just, they get caught up in a lot of different things. So they buy your products, but they don't take the action that you're looking for. And just having a welcome email sequence, again, 7 to 10 days, And there's so many different things that you can put in there. There's a little bit more about the company. The founder has a great story. Be great to reiterate that. As people go through this process, I'm sure there's some best practices that they could have shared. There's some recipes and all these other things. I would love to receive some of that stuff. Value added content via email as well. So like, okay, like what is a smoothie recipe that I can put this mix in? Like what other uses can I use it just beyond putting it in some water? And just thinking about like, okay, like if I just had a question, like as I was going along, like what are those challenges that people might have along the way? Like when am I going to start seeing those benefits? And the fact that you are emailing me every day also gives me an opportunity to maybe respond back and ask a question, or give some feedback, or give a review or a testimonial, or all those kind of things. Like email is just a way to kind of have conversation with your customers and being able to get through some of those challenges, institute some of those habits. And again, just the fact that they're emailing me every single day kind of plants in my mind, especially if I'm opening it up and reading it, like, okay, like I've got to just an easy reminder for me, like, okay, like I've got to put this mix in anytime I have a drink and see the benefits and all those kind of things. And again, you can share testimonials. So like if somebody buys your product, isn't using it right away, but starts getting a bunch of testimonials of people that were going through the same problems that they were going through and got to the other side, that might motivate them enough to start using it. And again, if your customers aren't using your product, they're not gonna reorder again. They're not gonna join that subscription. They're not gonna enjoy the benefits they initially bought it for. So just keep that in mind. And a welcome email sequence is a great way to do that. Like welcome them into the community, but also like walking them through like what are those questions, what are those challenges you might have along the way. Um, Kind of just developing that relationship again in that first week. It's really important. Otherwise, they're not going to look out for your emails. If you're emailing once a month or those kind of things, you're just kind of out of sight, out of mind, and making it more likely that they're not going to be there. And again, a lot of these, especially in the first couple moments, are all about kind of email. Again, they're not emailing them off. That's kind of the main thing. And this gets me to idea number 3. It's all about kind of announcing new product offers. So again, this could be just thinking about like, okay, like we're thinking about creating these new product offers. We want to put this out to our existing customers and see like, okay, like is this a product you'd actually be interested in? So a lot of times companies will create new products and put them out there and hope for the best. A great way to kind of test them out is going to your email list, your existing customers, and saying, is this something you'd be interested in? Would you like a different variation of that? And allowing their customer feedback to really do that. But in the case of this company, they're always coming out with new flavors and things like that. They're announcing them on their Facebook page, but they're not really announcing them to their existing customers. So to give you an example, watermelon is one of their newer flavors. I didn't even really know about that because again, they didn't announce it to their email list. It's something that they might have put on their Facebook business page, but again, they're not announcing it to their existing customers, so it makes it less likely. Like, okay, like it just doesn't seem like there's as much innovation coming through. Like the fact that you can just again. The fact that anytime you come out with something new, start with your insiders, start with those existing customers, give them the opportunity to take advantage of that, and that's going to how you're going to spread the word from there. But also use kind of your existing clients as as kind of that incubation group where it's like, okay, is this a good idea? Would like, is there a different variation on this? All those kind of things are really important. I think again, like this company does it really well on their Facebook business page, but there's a lot of opportunity on email saying like, okay, like what other flavors would you like? Putting together a survey, asking people to respond to an email. Again, all you're trying to do is to kind of develop that conversation, develop that relationship with your clients and customers. And that's your best bet for increased revenue. It's not as much like how can we get more customers. It's like how can we make our existing customers even happier, even more included, and part of that kind of creation process. So like if you're coming out with new product offers, the best way to ensure their success is to use again your existing customers that are happy with you as kind of that testing ground to prove them out a little bit more. And this gets me to kind of Idea number 4, and this is kind of very similar to the other one, is like, and this is kind of why one my one gripe about the company is I started out by, and it's right here. One of the flavors that I started out with is it's called mint chocolate. It's actually a great flavor. Just had that minty chocolate flavor as I went along. But the problem is that they did it only for a limited time. They ran out of like, I ordered the mint chocolate, enjoyed it for 30 days. I came back, enjoyed this, monthly subscription, and that flavor just wasn't there anymore. I came to their business page and saw this one post where it says, okay, it's sold out. Well, it's like, okay, great. Like, why didn't you mention that? Like, if you had mentioned that, I could have stocked up for the next 12 months or the next 36 months or whatever it is. If I knew that this flavor was going to no longer exist. And again, just giving your existing customers the ability to stock up on flavors that they already love is, seems like a no-brainer. And especially in this current environment where there's a lot of supply chain issues and inventory issues, like, again, going back to your existing clients and kind of considering them like kind of insiders, it's like, okay, like, we just want to let you know that if you love this flavor, we're getting to the last couple boxes here, and we want to give you the opportunity before anybody else to buy them up. Again, that's a really easy way for you to kind of increase your revenue pretty quickly by just kind of using that scarcity and urgency to your existing clients, and they'll appreciate it as well. It's like, I would have loved to have the opportunity to just buy a little bit more mint chocolate, and now I don't have that opportunity anymore. I just kind of, the disappointment of coming to this page and be like, okay, like, that flavor is not available anymore. Like, again, why didn't you tell me? That would have been, that would have been helpful. So again, that's the one gripe I would have about the company. Not a huge one, but also very helpful. And that gets me to idea number 5, which is all about affiliate offers. So, like, again, anytime you've established an email list, you've got your existing list of buyers, you have a good sense of what are the demographics, what are, as you're doing surveys, as you're responding to them, as you're kind of, developing and segmenting the list, you can really put affiliate offers in front of them. So this product is, tends to be for those that are a little bit more low carb or keto friendly. They tend to be a little bit more active in terms of physical activity. So again, they're not doing any affiliate offers. They're not putting any other offers in front of their email list right now, but I'm already buying other keto products. I'm already buying other physical products. So this company is kind of missing out on those typical like 40 or 50% affiliate commissions that they could earn from, what their clients are already buying already. So, if they went out to a company like Paleo Hacks and put out some of their keto offers, or there's a long list of different fitness offers that I'm sure their email list would be happy to buy if they were just presented with that offer. So again, affiliates and putting out offers in front of this existing list is a significant revenue source they're not tapping into right now. Again, certain affiliate commissions tend to range anywhere from 40 to 50%. So again, they might not be the highest ticket type of offers, but if you do that consistently, again, if you're emailing your list every single day, there's a significant amount of affiliate commissions that, again, it takes you almost zero work. You might have to put together that email copy to present the offer to your email list and make it relevant to them and put it in your own voice. But other than that, you're really collecting that revenue just by putting the right relevant offers in front of your email as you go along. And again, going back to email for idea number 6, one of the great things is when you're emailing your list more often, using subject lines, using different headlines, using different email copy, you get a good sense and you're really collecting data, especially if you're split testing, like, okay, like, what are the specific hooks? What are the specific subject lines that are really working well? Like, what is my audience responding to? What are they opening? What are they clicking through to? All those kind of things. What are those messages that are really getting them to perform the actions that we're looking for? And that's a great part of improving your marketing, is if you can figure out what makes your audience tick and what are those specific hooks and messages that really work, it's going to only improve your broader marketing as well. So maybe you can use a hook that's working in your email subject lines and use that in a VSL or a text or in a sales letter, or even in a Facebook ad campaign. So this company is running ad campaign, like ads on Facebook, and I know on Google Ads and all those kind of things. So like maybe a subject line that you use that's really performing well for your audience, you can use that as the opening line in your Facebook ad, and that improves your marketing altogether. So like just really thinking about like your email list and getting a response from them and seeing what messages work and what messages don't is really going to feed through to your broader marketing and improve kind of like the all boats will rise if you're just collecting data and emailing your list a little bit more. I kind of mentioned this before, but this is something that you see on, again, something you see on their Facebook business page, recipe ideas, additional uses. So if I go back to this, here's just an example of, them talking about how you can use the mix with some chicken broth and seeing all the benefits there. If I go a little bit further down, they have some smoothie recipes as well. So just really thinking about like, and giving ideas to, like, okay, what other uses can I use for this, for this product, and just thinking about this. So here's another example, watermelon and salt spritzer. So again, this is another thing that you can use, and another way of doing it. So again, just kind of thinking about like, okay, like, really suggesting to your existing clients, like, okay, here's other ways that you can enjoy our product. You might want to try this variation on it, try this variation on it. Again, these are stuff that they're sharing already on their Facebook business page. And it might be just as simple as putting together a really simple email and pointing people to that post. If you're putting a lot of effort into these Facebook organic posts, it might be as simple as, okay, like here's a really short email, point them to this specific post that has a recipe or whatever it is. Makes it more like, like more people are going to hang out on your business profile, more people are going to like your page, and that's going to feed into the Facebook algorithm as well. So that's only going to help you. But what they're doing right now is they probably have somebody that's dealing with their Facebook business page and somebody else that is dealing with email, and there's no really cohesion between the two, and for the most part they're missing an opportunity there. So that's that one. So we're getting to the closer to the very end here, and we're getting away from email a little bit. So the other part is really upsells. So like the first time I bought a product from them, it was just a one-time purchase. So they have subscriptions that you can get every single month where you just get a box of different flavors. Because this is the first time that I bought from them, I just did a one-time purchase. I wanted to see how it went, how the mix tasted. Did I get the benefits that I was looking for? But for this company, they didn't have any upsells. I bought whatever product I did. I hit that, order now button, and that was pretty much it. There was no additional offers that were put out there. And upsells are just an important part. Like anytime a prospect turns into a buyer and they have their wallet open or their purse open, putting additional relevant and congruent offers in front of them is just a really easy way to raise your revenue. It's a really easy way to raise your average order value. And the higher your cart values, the higher your average order values, the more likely it is that you can scale all the online ads that you're doing. So in this case, the Google ads, the Facebook advertising that they're doing, it's going to make it a lot easier to scale that because their average order values are going up because they're putting upsells in front of these customers. So again, and I'll just show you an example. Just now, I might have to just close this out, but I did it a couple of weeks ago where just bring it up here. I did a breakdown of the BioTrust of their funnel. And if I can share their screen just as an example, might not be able to bring that up. Let me see. Doesn't look like it's going to allow me to bring it up, but so you'll just have to, if you go back to that BioTrust funnel that I'll link up above, what it was just that first initial upsell. If you have a one-time buyer and that first initial upsell is just, again, more of the same. So that first initial upsell should just be a subscription type product. Go through this subscription, and some special deal there. Again, like just pushing more people from a one-time buyer to a recurring buyer, and those additional upsells that you can think about. Like for this company, as I was thinking about, is like, okay, like maybe come up with a couple special flavors that are only unlocked once they purchase something. So the additional upsell number 2 might be a flavor that isn't publicly available, but now that they're a buyer, now we've unlocked it for them. Maybe it's for a limited time, maybe supplies are low. You can feed into that supply and urgency as you go along, and that makes a big difference. So I'll just go back to the ideas that I have here. So so like again, like just adding some upsells, putting additional offers in front of your customers, especially when they already have their wallet or purse open, just makes a lot of sense. For this company, it's all about kind of putting more of the same. They only really have like one product line, and it's all about these kind of drink mixes. So again, anytime somebody buys, giving them some kind of deal around like buying more of those mixes, kind of loading up on additional products makes a lot of sense. They can also include, as part of your upsells, you can include affiliate offers if it makes sense. Always looking for ways to just put additional offers in front of, some companies have anywhere from 3 to 5 upsell opportunities or offers they put in front of them. You should also think about downsell offers. So anytime you put an upsell in front of somebody, they have opportunity to take advantage of it or say no to that. If they say no to it, you can put a downsell offer in front of them where you might cut the price or offer a different product. Those kind of things makes a difference as you go along. So eventually, again, about a month later, I became a subscription buyer. So I was liking the product, became a subscription buyer. It was kind of really the same process. So again, this is, very similar to the other one. I won't spend a ton of time on it, but like once somebody becomes a subscription buyer, like there should be additional upsells for that. So again, like upsell number 1 should be more of the same. Like how can they, increase their subscription order? How can they add additional boxes to that? Again, another idea would just be like, okay, somebody joins the subscription. Can they unlock different flavors that maybe aren't publicly available? Is there other affiliate offers? Is there different programs? Like for this one, keto or losing weight is a big priority for people buying these products. Can you put together a keto program or a weight loss program that you could sell as an affiliate or develop your own program to just increase that average order value a little bit higher as you go along? And the final one is kind of looking at their Facebook ad copy, which I'll bring up right here. So right here, so you kind of see very it's pretty straightforward in terms of what they're doing from a Facebook ad perspective, kind of giving you a little bit more education on why hydration is important, things like that. But one of the reasons that I bought their product was really resonating with their one of their founders' stories, like Rob Wolf, kind of talking about how he was going through kind of that keto flu type of situation before he developed this product, and it got him to the other side of that transformation. So that gave me confidence that okay, like the founder story is all built upon the transformation that I want the most. That gives me confidence that he's developed the right product for that. But as you go through, like his story, even though it's on the box that they send you, his story is on there. They don't really have a Facebook ad story, and maybe they've tested it before and it just doesn't resonate as well from a Facebook ad perspective. But something to test out, like just sharing the founder story either in written Facebook ad copy or via video, to kind of, again, to speak to that audience that might be dealing with the same problems that he was dealing with before, and talking through his transformation. One of the things that I thought was really effective is they share along the way just some video testimonials from some of the customers that they have. So I thought those were really effective again. And maybe that's what they've done. They share the founder story, and then as they've gone along, they've been able to develop even further proof that their product works, and developed certain transformations even beyond his by just collecting these Facebook ad testimonials, which you see a few of them right now, and they just kind of give quotes in terms of what they have right there. So, but again, if they emailed their list a little bit more, that'll be an easy opportunity to not only ask for written reviews, but also ask for video testimonials that they can use even more and more in their Facebook ad copy and in these videos as well. And again, making it less about how great the product is, but making it more about like, okay, what is the transformation that happened for our clients to go from where they were before, kind of struggling with energy, struggling with dehydration, and they used these packs to get to the other side. Now they're feeling with a ton of different energy. They're feeling a lot more hydrated, and it makes a huge difference. So those stories of transformation are really powerful, especially from a Facebook ad perspective. So that was kind of the last suggestion, is again, using email to collect more and more of these video transformations, but also thinking about like, just because the founder story is kind of imprinted in their marketing, especially on their website, if you go to their website, kind of see the full story of that, kind of testing out various different ways. Can we take different parts of his story and use that as a way to catch people's attention on Facebook and eventually get to more purchases as you go along? So those were kind of the 10 ideas that I sent along to them. Again, I haven't gotten a response yet, but it would just be helpful. I thought it was just helpful to kind of share with all of you a little bit more context in terms of what I saw from a customer perspective, but also as a direct response marketer, direct response copywriter. These are just really simple things. Again, in what I shared with you, these are things that they can start doing tomorrow if they wanted to, that I know are going to unlock, again, 6 figures of revenue. If you think about just from an affiliate perspective, if they started emailing their list a little bit more, putting affiliate offers to their existing lists that are relevant and compatible and congruent, that's just easy money that's kind of laying out in the middle, like hiding in plain sight for them. So if you take, any specific idea in there, it's something that can be really powerful. So, and again, as a, like if I were to speak to them and get to know their business even more and look at their data and all those kind of things, I'm sure I could come up with, even more ideas of some of that revenue that's hiding in plain sight. But again, this is just from an outsider's perspective, from a customer perspective, from a copywriter perspective. I easily came up with 10 ideas, and I'm sure some of those ideas are relevant for your business as a company or a coach or an online marketer. Start to think about those ideas and like, okay, how can I use some of those for my own business and how I communicate with my prospects, how I communicate with my clients. And I'm sure there's potential for increased revenue over the next few days and weeks for you as you start to implement some of those ideas that don't take a long period of time to do. I recognize for a lot of online marketers, like catching people's attention and kind of moving them from stranger to buyer is one of the most difficult things to do. So that's why I created thekeysmethod.com. Again, check that out. It's kind of a 4-step process of taking, really catching your prospects' attention and moving kind of that checklist in their head that they have to kind of check off before they are becoming a willing buyer of you, a raving fan of your business, those kind of things. So what it does is kind of lay out step by step how you can do that. Just an easy way for you to get in front of your audience. That doesn't take a ton of an investment, and it's got a worksheet there that kind of allows you for your specific business with a bunch of different examples. How can I think about this in a very strategic way and get this implemented as soon as possible? So again, in future weeks, I'll try to do these breakdowns and kind of share with you what I'm sharing out to companies, because again, I'm kind of doing it company by company, coach by coach, but I know a lot of this information is broadly applicable to so many other companies and coaches and online marketers that are out there. So I'm hoping by sharing these ideas that, everybody else can kind of uncover those revenue sources as well. In the comments, if you have if you're a company or a coach or online marketer and you want me to check out your business and help you develop as an outsider, what are some of those revenue potentials that might be hiding in plain sight? Let me know below. Happy to kind of do if you kind of fit my criteria, what makes sense. Happy to kind of do a video like this or write out an email for you. Some of the key ideas that I see that again take very little work that can have a nice huge impact on your business over the next few days and months and 12 months as we go along. Hit that like button if you got a lot of value out of that out of this video. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with content. And with that, have a great weekend.